Catch. Another success. Johnson, he's been harshly dealt with so far, but now he gets a wicket. Second breakthrough for Ireland, and Afghanistan 27 for 2.
A third man in the modern game has become a real wicket-taking position. It used just to be, all the years I fielded down there, you just sort of took the ball and threw it in. Somebody's nicked it down there or worked it down there, but now it goes in the air a great deal down to the third man area. Rankin takes a good catch, didn't judge it perfectly to begin with. Ended up on his bottom, but that doesn't matter. Ahmadi's out for 6. 27 for 2.
Mirwais Ashraf, the new batsman. So Afghanistan putting their cards on the table. They're happy to continue going hard in these first 6 overs. He's come into the side for this match, and he's nicknamed Freddie, or Flinty, after Andrew Flintoff. He hasn't batted an awful lot in the tournament, as you probably saw from those statistics. Bowls a bit as well. And he's attempted a pull. Has it come off the glove? A collision there between Porterfield and Wilson. It has indeed come off the glove. No signal from umpire Chris Gaffney. And a rather fortuitous one off the mark for Mirwais Ashraf.
Have a look at that last wicket again. It's kind of played deliberately down there. Whether he got a bit of a top edge or whether he actually tried to play that scoop shot over slip. If he did, that's what he's rehearsing after the dismissal.
And Johnson flicking the ball back towards the stumps and almost an overthrow. It's interesting, Shahzad tends to have this effect on bowling sides. He really does wind bowlers up.
You mentioned the other day you thought that I would have really enjoyed playing against him. All he did was play a defensive shot there. He didn't really do anything else. Sri Lanka, we are coming. Nice banner. Both sides off.
Get it. Very good. Yes, Whitey.
Just wonder, Jackers, whether this has been a deliberate policy by Afghanistan to target Trent Johnston, who's been such a control element for Ireland during the course of this tournament.
I don't know that it is. I mean, I just think this is the way that they're looking to play, and it doesn't really matter who's bowling at them. If they feel that they can hit it for 4, they will try to hit it for 4. Depends obviously where it lands and so on.
Flip through the onside. There's no one at square leg. It's a long chase for Max Sorensen. He'll get 2. And Shahzad in the end just jogs that second run. I think he thought it was going for 4. In fact, he stumbled, has he? There's a bit of a collision. There's a bit of a chat out there. Yes, it looked as if, in fact, he has collided with somebody. It's the end of the over. It's 30 for 2.
He is a little bit upset, is Shahzad. Now, mortally wounded. And how this happened. That's why he ran the second one slowly. But I don't know that either player changed direction. I think he was just looking at the ball. Both were looking at where the ball was. And they ran into each other. Do you reckon... Aaron Love's joined me now. Do you reckon he's moved across slightly to get in his way, or...?
No, even if not, I get the impression that he saw him coming and he didn't move out of the way. He could have. Just given a little bit of room. I think there's a lot of aggro out there. Meanwhile, I think this is just a little high, but this is a terrific delivery and a great shout. There's some very fine bowling as well going on at the moment. That was Sorensen, who's come in. But I'd be interested to look at that collision a couple of times from different angles.
The only reason neither man is guilty is if they're both watching the cricket ball.
Yes. So that's brilliantly done. Terrific stuff going on. Short delivery, goes for it. Actually, he's camping on the back foot. He knows that the balls are coming off very short. Whoopsie. Gets away with that. He didn't make any kind of contact. Really, it's all happening. They've lost 2 wickets, but they're still going for everything, Afghanistan. Okay, this is that look at the collision. I get the impression, well, the only benefit of the doubt Johnston can get is, no, he sees him coming. Yeah. He's not looking at the ball, he sees him coming, and he deliberately holds his ground. And I think that's not good. That's not on at all. Just look at that. Now I'm not saying that he has got to move out of the way, but I think that's cricketing etiquette. That's not good.
I want to have a look at that last one again. I think we might have 2 at fault. I think the bowler stood his ground. But I got a funny feeling the batsman actually has a little charge at him. Watch him here. There, bang. He's turned his shoulder and charged into him. And come off second best.
What's happening there?
That's a good shot, though. He's hit that out of the ground. Fantastic shot.
This is sensational cricket. I think, yeah, you're right there, Jack, because I think probably both of them were just going for each other. So there's a hell of a lot of aggro out there. There's some fine cricket being played as well. Short and in the end, and just how it's been smashed over the top. It's a great hit. Nobody's backing off. Neither side is giving a quarter.
No, it isn't. The third man is reasonably fine. And another classic sort of caught third man scenario there for a moment, but it's gone for 4. There's a big over, 15 from it. 5 gone, 45 for 2. I think the match referee might want to look at a little bit of that evidence, because a bowler can certainly move out of the way of a batsman, but if a batsman's intending to run into him, he's going to have a job to do that. I reckon maybe there might be something for David Jukes to look at, because I didn't like what I saw there, to be honest.
I didn't like it from both sides. I thought it was transgression from both sides. Well, there's no harm done, no damage done to either batsman or bowler, because both are now ready to take on each other once again. Johnston with the ball. Actually, Sherrod is waiting on the back foot. He's been provided the length that he desires. Not one ball has tested him on the front foot. He's just waiting on the back foot. He doesn't need any footwork because he's obviously anticipating that it's going to be short, and he's going for everything. Everything Jeffers is being bowled short, you know. Maybe it's the game. Maybe they're all really charged up. Maybe they're tall blokes and get a good amount of bounce, and they push them onto the back foot as well. But it's worth a try to, get the ball to swing like Johnston normally does, pitch it up, and surprise the batsman somewhat.
I think there's a little bit of everything that you mentioned. All the above is involved in the length that they're bowling. The fine leg comes up and the mid-wicket goes back to deep mid-wicket. And it's gone behind square, and it's gone all the way. So this is a fantastic start from Afghanistan here. They've lost 2 wickets, but they're going along at 10 and over.
Really a magnificent hitting, but again short. That's the point. I think Porterfield has got to go up to Johnston and say, hey, just revert to what he is with our strength. And that is movement. He gets fabulous movement. And actually, Afghanistan, have been batting in that time of the day where it's twilight. More runs here, just a single. Yeah, the lights haven't actually attained their intensity. And it's that time of the day where maybe sighting the ball can also be slightly difficult. And I suppose Ireland latched onto that fact and did bowl a few short deliveries and did get the benefit of it. But I think now they should really get back to bowling normally.
I concur. Up to the stumps. Better length.
But that's more like it. Let's get back to the job of bowling dot balls and getting the nicks in, rather than that battle that's raging at the moment. Ball. But I've got to say I'm enjoying every moment of it.
Me too. It's
Go, Tate.
very much so.
This one, keep this one. Looking at you, Solo. In here, pal.
Going away, there's a chase for the fielder here. Back up. Got some bonus runs there for a moment. A run 3 though, 10 off the over. And the end of the fielding restriction. 6 gone, 55 for 2. Let's see if there's some running repairs going with Shazad. But you don't see those bowling figures from the Irish too often. 2 overs, 1 for 13, Boyd Rankin. That's not too bad. And Trent Johnson, 3 overs for 27, going at 9 and over. And Sorensen went for 14 in his first.
Well, that's a far cry from the morning game when Ireland had Namibia after 6 overs at 20 for 2. It's now 55 for 2. They got the wickets because they have very fine bowling combination at the top. But they've taken a bit of stick as well. Afghanistan have not backed off. They've really gone after them. And I'm amazed at their fearless attitude. Because you lose 2 wickets and you suddenly go back into the shell. This is the final. And you're coming up against some very fine bowling. But they've gone after it.
Might be thinking at home too that, well, maybe they're in a happy-go-lucky mood because they've really got nothing to lose. already qualified both teams, so they can just go out and play freely. But there's still something to play for here, because the tournament winner will join Australia and the West Indies in Group B in the T20 World Cup, and the runner-up will join England and India in Group A. Now, the weaker of those two groups is definitely Australia and West Indies. The West Indies are very vulnerable. Anything can happen with them. Out. Very well caught by the skipper at backward point. So O'Brien comes on and gets a wicket straight away. It's Ashraf that's out. 9 he's scored off just 8 balls bowled. So he's been a bit of a spectator. Nevertheless, a 3rd wicket goes down.
He did manage to play it right, but just found that fielder, which is almost guided it to Porterfield there, who's very efficient. But O'Brien has really excelled with the ball. We've seen he's in fine form the last couple of days, and he knows the import of this wicket. It is 56 for 3.
Come on, boys, hey, come on. Early pressure on him here, Tom, come on.
Now then, the skipper at the crease.
Yes, Tom, great shot, hey, great shot, lad, Kevin. Great shot, Kevin.
Right, goal.
Come on, lads. Come on, Kevin, boys, come on, fellas. What about a bang here, boys, hey, bang here, fellas. Come on, Kevin.
97 runs in the 8 games that he's played.
2 for you here, Kev. 2 for you here, pal. Come on. Come on, Tom.
Nothing scintillating in the tournament so far.
Fine, Kev. Brilliant, Kev. Stop, buddy.
It's overturning into a very good one. Just 1 run from it, plus the wicket.
Couple more taps on him, Kev.
Yeah, let's take another look at that. Just guided into the hands at backward point. There was no real power either.
Come on, Honka Tom.
Just had a little bit of room, wanted to use it. Just squirted off the bat into the hands of Porterfield.
Comfortable 2.
They've got to be careful because Ahmed Shehzad is not the fleetest between the wickets. He's a small man, and they can ill afford him to get out because he's one of the dashers still there. He's the one who's really generating the momentum. Fortunately, it was now Rose that's got to come back, and he takes a while to reach Shehzad. But he was the top scorer for Afghanistan, Shehzad, in the final of the 2010 qualifier with an unbeaten 65. We need something like that from him today.
Just a half an arse from the keeper there. And, not too much of an appeal. Nicely taken, neatly done. 58 for 3, 7 gone. Won the toss and batted first with Afghanistan, and they got off to a flyer 6 off the very first ball of the innings from Sadiq. And he was eventually out for 16 off just 10 deliveries. Shehzad has carried on that onslaught, 23 from 15. Everybody else has been playing pretty normally. And now the introduction of spin.
Well, we've got Dockrell to bowl. The game before, he didn't get a single over.
Come on, Doc.
Kevin O'Brien is doing such a fantastic job, and against Namibia this morning, Dockrell didn't get an over. But those are the options available to them. It's such a balanced team. Here he is, left arm spin.
Very good, Doc.
field restrictions have been relaxed, and it'll be interesting to see how Shehzad now, does he adapt to the new situation? They've also lost the third. He's the set batsman. He might now have to play the role of shepherding this side forward throughout the 20 overs.
What an educated guess as to how he will go.
Yeah, don't bet on it.
Don't hold your breath. If he sees something he thinks he can hit out of the ground, he's going to try and do it. There's no doubt about that. Feel fairly spread now. Deep backward square leg, deep mid-wicket and a long arm. That's a good shot. Late cut. Beautifully played.
Superb
Quality
shot. Yeah. Really, there is a deep cover fielder. Now he's used the pace of the delivery, deliberately delayed the shot to play it much, much finer into that vacant area. Beautifully done. He also becomes, incidentally, the leading runs getter in the competition. He's now got 303 runs, Shehzad.
Competition leader, yeah.
Come on, Doc.
Missed the boat there just a little bit.
Good talk, Georgie. Come on, lads. Come on, now.
Change in field.
Another talk, Dockers.
24 years old.
Very good, man. Come on, Juice.
Just a single on the onside. Now this is a better field if you're a left-arm spinner to right-hander. Got to have 5 on the off. They didn't. They conceded a boundary and now they've got him.
Yeah, I don't know that Doku bowled all that well here. Normally fires it into middle of the leg. Now that the extra man on the offside's coming over the mid-wicket, he's got to get that line more there for the field he's bowling to. That was just a bit too late for him. But I haven't seen him bowl so many balls around about an outside off stump before. 66 for 3, 8 overs gone.
For 3 at this stage. You'd say Afghanistan, well, they're 8 1/4 runs and over, so they'd be pleased with that, but there's some tense spaces because they've lost 3 wickets and a few of their dashers are back. But you would expect things like that to happen against a side which packs such fabulous bowlers at the top. More runs. Played it perfectly between the 2 fielders, past the short fielder, and he gets a couple. Now joined by Brian Murgatroyd. Brian, it's been exciting stuff.
This is fantastic.
Really loving it.
Absolutely wonderful. We've been a bit unfortunate in the last couple of days. We haven't always seen 2 sides at the top of their form together at the same time, but I think we're seeing it now. Wonderful stuff. Kevin O'Brien again. Cramping Mangle for room. We have a shot of the umpire.
Come on, Doc. Come on, boys.
There's Budi Pradhan,
4 here, lads. Let's get 4, eh? Come on, now.
umpire from
Come on,
Nepal,
Kevin.
and isn't just about developing cricketers as far as the ICC is concerned, the associate and affiliate world.
Come on, lads.
It's about developing umpires as well. He's one of the associate and affiliate panel. He's had a very good tournament, and that's why he's standing in this final here today with Chris Gaffney.
Yes, sir.
So we have to have a shot above the island dressing room. There are some teams here to watch. Some of the other teams who are playing are watching
Do this, Kevin. Good, Kevin.
after this next ball.
Come on, Don. Come on, Don. Come on, boys. Every run here, eh? Every run. Come on, now, Kev.
Dumped down towards long on. Mangle showing he's getting a little bit of timing as well. That really was a great shot.
Come on, my lad.
Have a look at this. Some of the teams that have taken part in the tournament here to watch. Majority of the teams, in fact, of the 16 who've taken part here to take in the action at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Wondering, no doubt, what might have been. Slapped down the ground. Oh, he's hit that hard. Great fielding down there. Sorensen, he wasn't quite sure where it had gone, but he's kept them down to a single.
I think it's very tardy running by Navroz Mangal. He's got to have come back. Just wasn't ready. I thought maybe he thought it was going to go for 4. Look at him. He's thinking that it's gone for 4, but
Come on, Kev. Come on, Kev.
that was 2.
Oh, where's that missed off stump? Sneaked through to the end of the over. Afghanistan 70 for 3. What do you think is going to happen? You can join the worldwide community and have a chat about it. Facebook.com/CricketICC. Dockrell cramping Shahzad up.
Come on, my lad. Come on, Knight.
this is a crucial phase of this game. It's very finely balanced. A couple of wickets now would bend it in Ireland's favour almost irretrievably. If they play matured 5 overs, then they could get into a position, Afghanistan, to really dictate terms in the last 5.
Come on, Doc.
Very interesting.
So what is the correct approach at this stage then, Aaron? Just push the ball around, 6, 7 and over, maybe just a boundary and over if you can get it?
Well, that would be ideal if you can get 7 and over from here on and they get into a position for really taking on the opposition. Especially Shahzad. I think he's also now cooled down a bit. Does realize that he's got to be there till the end. He's the highest run getter for Afghanistan in the tournament, 307 runs, 350, so he's a consistent performer. Oh gosh, that can be close. No, it isn't.
Close at either end. Shahzad's little legs were going as fast as he could manage there. But he's such an entertainer, isn't he? There's always something happening when he's at the crease.
I just loved it. I loved his performance and his attitude and his aggression. He really struggled running between the wickets though.
Dumps this one down towards long on. And that will take us to the halfway stage of the Afghanistan innings. 75 for 3. I think you're spot on, Aaron. When he came in, the adrenaline was obviously flowing, and that was dictating the way he was playing. Now he's calmed down just a little bit, and he's playing with his head rather than his heart.
Yeah, but that's the way to go. This is a big event, big moments in their lives, and you can't let your mind get too charged up. You've got to find that balance. But he's struggling with his fitness, you know, and it may tell on his shot making as well. If you make him run too many very quick runs at this stage, then he's going to struggle to get elevation, get power. I don't know how many times he's batted through. 20 overs.
Let us know what you think about Mohammad Shahzad on Twitter. Use the hashtag WT20Q. And slaps it down towards long on. Sorensen again. He's a busy boy down there.
He was struggling between the overs. You can see that, you know.
Can't go high to the light.
Frantic pace about everything. There he is. He's a tired man out there, but he's got to get going. He's got to keep going. He's also, I hope he's not cramping up.
Flipped away by Mangle.
Is that alright or not?
Well, some time ago there was a bit of a collision between Shahzad and Johnston.
Come on, Kev. Come on, Kev.
And
Come on, boy.
it took a bit of a hit there.
Inside edge, just past the stumps, and a good bit of fielding by the old man, Trent Johnston, 37 years of age, but gets down superbly. Oh, and a bit of chat out there as well. Oh, but thankfully a smile on the face for Kevin O'Brien.
Come on, lads. Come on, Tom. Come on, fellas.
He's the danger man as far as the Ireland are concerned. They've got to get rid of him as well, very quickly. Because he's a fearless package. He really is special.
Leading edge from Mangle. Sorensen's getting under it and takes the catch. He was looking to play that a lot squarer. Went a long, long way into the night sky. And Sorensen made good ground in from long on to take it comfortably. The Irish fans are happy, and so are those players. Fourth wicket down for Afghanistan.
This is a big wicket. Now he closed the face of the blade. He wanted to use the wrist and just got that leading edge. It was a full toss. He should really have put it away. And it's a bonus. O'Brien knows it, but he'll take it. It's a big wicket under the circumstances. 2-4 O'Brien. Nawroz Mangal gone for 10. It's 78 for 4.
Samiullah Shenwari is the new batsman. He's the non-striker though. The batsman crossed. And he's going to have to wait to face his first ball because Shahzad pinches the bowling. The end of the over, 79 for 4. Here's the batting card. 2 wickets for O'Brien, 1 apiece for Rankin and Johnston, and a whirlwind start by Afghanistan, but they've just had the wind taken out of their sails recently.
$79 for 4. They're still in excess of 7 runs and over, but they've lost 4 wickets. Now, I'm not so sure about the depth in their batting. They can all have a bit of a bash in the end. Obviously, Brian, you know something about them there.
I do, and it'll be interesting to see how they get on against this man, Boyd Rankin. He bowled seriously quickly in his opening spell. Was hit for 6 by Karim Sadiq from the first ball of the match. And this is a big contest now, and it's just going to be delayed. Just checking the field settings. There is some batting to come. Well, Shinwari's come in now. He's been pushed up the order in recent games. He was man of the match in the match against Canada, where he got 61. And after this, Mohammed Nabi, Gulbuddin Naib, both capable players. But it's important, I think, at this stage that these two stay in for the next 4 or 5 overs to give those big hitters, well, particularly Mohamed Nabi some sort of platform for the closing overs.
Exactly. So they've got to play the next 4 overs for about 24, 25 runs. This is the last wicket. He'd be distraught on a final to get a full toss outside leg stump and get out in that fashion. But that's the name of the game. You've got to keep your eyes on the ball till the last instant.
Shenwari squeezes that one backward of square. He's coming back for a second, but Mohamed Shahzad wasn't interested. And I think that was a pretty sensible decision in the end, because Wilson got his glove off quickly, and if they had decided to go for a second...
Yeah, you're right. You know, everybody knows that Shahzad is not the quickest, and he's not going to make it. He was ready to go Shahzad's end. And so, you know, it's not only how good a runner you are, but it's important. It's a team game. You've got to adapt to your partner. You've got to know whether he's faster than you or he's slower than you, and then make the adjustments. There's no point you herring across the turf and getting your partner run out.
Absolutely. The irony there was that Shahzad was like a greyhound out of the traps for the next ball, looking for the quick single. Giving himself room, and that wasn't a million miles away from carrying all the way back to Rankin. 4 wickets down, but he's still happy to go for his shots.
Now this is an interesting stage in the game, because there are only 2 runs that have come off 4 deliveries. Shahzad doesn't like it at all. He's moving away, trying to get room for himself. You get the feeling that something's got to give. You can expect him to go after the bowling.
Timed that again. Oh, it's raced away, using the pace of the fast bowler.
This is an unbelievable shot. He's used the bat almost like a table tennis racket. He's really used his wrists. Now, how do you describe this shot? He's done it deliberately. Used the pace of the ball, no doubt. But he's also played it fine over that short fielder at point to get the boundary.
Slightly slower ball there from Rankin. A little bit of a cutter, I think. Batsmen pick up a single. In the end, it's a good over for Afghanistan. 7 from it. 86 for 4. 12 overs gone. So there's the projected totals. If they scored 8 and over from this point, 150. An awful lot depending on this gentleman. Shahzad clips that ball out to deep square leg. He'll pick up a single. Robin Jackman's joined me in the commentary position, taking over from Aaron Lyle. You just can't take your eyes off this, can you, Jacket?
It's a good game. It's what we've been waiting for. There's a little bit of needle, which is never any harm.
Come on, Kevo. Come on,
Just
Kevo.
to freshen everyone up
Here we
just
go,
a
here
little
we go,
bit.
now,
We've
come
got
on.
2 good teams
Come on, Kev.
playing one another. I think it'll continue to be a good game. Obviously, Ireland will need to get a bit of a start. And it's their turn to bat.
Great work from Wilson.
To throw it so hard from so near these days. If I'd have done that, Arnold Long would have said, hey, my hands are valuable to me.
4 words to that effect.
Something along those lines, yeah. And if you're going to throw that hard, throw it over the top. No, he wouldn't have dived, he'd have just let it go, let somebody else pick it up.
Up towards long off. Boy, he's hit that hard. Raced down towards Dockrell.
Brilliant, Dockrell.
Just a single.
Great work, Kev. Great work, Kev.
These two sides have played each other 3 times in 2020 internationals. First of them in Colombo, a warm-up for this tournament 2 years ago. Ireland won that. And then here 2 years ago in this tournament, Afghanistan won both encounters. The second of those, the bottom of your screen there, was the final. Well, third man and backward point are up in the circle. And he's cleared both of them and got 4.
Afford to give the batsman that amount of width if you don't have a third man. Bound to get chipped over there.
Come on, Kevin, come on, Kevin!
Deliberately played in the air. He knew there was no one back there.
Keeps it off his toes for another run. Of course, Jack, as we've said, that both these sides have qualified for the ICC World 2020, but they're still bragging rights, and from both sides' points of view,
Come on, Kevo, come on,
they've made it
Kevo.
quite clear, the two captains over the last couple of days, they want to be at the cricket's top table a lot more often,
Come on, Kevin, boy,
and the
come
best
on,
way
guys.
to show the administrators they can do it is winning a game like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Speared down towards backward point. That's the end of the over. 93 for 4.
7 from that over. I think it's reasonable to assume that for the last 7 they're likely to get 8 and over, unless there's a horrible batting collapse. So that's another 56. So they're knocking on the door of 150 here, and a really good finish in the last 5 might get them to 170-ish. That'll be very competitive.
Paul Sterling. Well, we've seen him bowl at the death on a few occasions in this tournament. He wouldn't have bowled under this sort of pressure before, and he has been bowling at the death in the matches that we've covered. It's generally been a situation where the batting sides have been very much on the back foot, with Mohammad Shahzad at the crease. I can't say that's very much the case with Afghanistan. At least this time, though, Jackers, the point that Aaron Lowell made on commentary this morning, he's bowling from the pavilion end, so he's got the longer leg side boundary.
Yeah, it's a clever choice too, since they moved the pitch from the one side of the square to the other. And the mid-wicket boundary has changed accordingly. Whoopsie, here's trouble. No, he sent back quick enough. That's up in the air. Is it long enough? Is it long enough? Yes, it is.
What a fantastic hit. It's brought up the Afghanistan 100. Shenwari joins the party. And isn't that good cricket? Hits the 6 early in the over and then picks up the single.
Absolutely, get out the other end and say, oh, you hit one. Clean hit, wasn't it?
Very good, Paulie. Very good, Paulie. Well bowled, bud. Let's get another free shot in here, lad. Come on. Come on, Sparrow.
And that'll be 50 for Shahzad. Just 39 balls, 5 4s and a 6. His 4th 50 of the tournament. Acknowledges the applause, the dressing room on their feet. And after 14 overs, Afghanistan 102 for 4.
He's the 3rd player in the competition to score 4 50s. Those being Jamie Atkinson from Hong Kong and Irfan Ahmed, also from Hong Kong. Hong Kong have played pretty well. Obviously they're not bowling very well. There was a have gone a bit further in the competition, but what an interesting innings it's been. I say interesting with the greatest deal of respect, because he has hit some fantastic cricket shots. He's hit one or two really interesting ones.
Rankin back for his last over. And I guess, Jackers, you'll be pretty pleased you didn't have to bowl at him as well.
Yeah, I certainly would have found certain aspects of the way that he plays a tad irritating. Might well have been words exchanged, I think.
He's giving himself room.
Is quite easily, I've noticed.
Player you would have played against a few times, called Gordon Greenwich, who used to be terrifying for bowlers when he started to limp.
Oh yeah, when he walked in with a bad back, he barely got 100. Oh dear. I'm not sure Shahzad's the first into the gymnasium, just looking at him. He's quite a round lad, isn't he? Saw him keep wicket the other day, looked very competent too.
2 half-centuries against England in that first-class match in January for the ICC Associate and Affiliate 11. A very low pain threshold, it appears.
In the air,
offside. Ed Joyce out there at deep cover. I just love the full-blooded way that they throw themselves into their shots.
There hasn't been, from the first ball, as we noticed, there hasn't been any thought of getting on the back foot, other than in the literal way of playing cricket.
How would you describe that one then?
I saw that Lord Rankin threatened to throw the ball.
He has that effect on bowlers. Last ball of Rankin's spell. Lobbered it out towards deep square leg again. I think that's Nigel Jones, the substitute fielder out there. The end of the over. 5 to go, 105 for 4.
A useful performance from Rankin. 4 overs, 1 for 22 in the circumstances, when you think that 105 have been scored for 15. And particularly the way that the Afghanistan has gone at them. Now, what can they muster in the last 5?
7 and over. That's what they're scoring at the moment, and they're the bowlers that have been used. 6 of them in total. Trent Johnston was the player who was off to allow Nigel Jones on the field, the substitute fielder. Johnston is back on now. It's going to be Dockrell who's going to be bowling from the Dubai Sports City end, the commentary position end. Bobbed out to deep cover. Pointer fields. One more.
A little theory of overs 10 to 15 being important. I see that Afghanistan got 30 for 1 in their 10 overs, so they scored at 6 and over, which is pretty even Stevens. A pretty good performance from Ireland and not a bad one from Afghanistan.
Cut out to deep point. Pointer in action again. But it's that situation. These two have managed to consolidate, and they've built that platform for the likes of Gulbuddin Naib and Mohammed Nabi to come in and have free licence to play their shots if they're required now. But they might not be required. because that one's gone for 6. Trent Johnston down there at long off, but he was a spectator. Shahzad's second 6 to go with 5 fours.
Does get the ball high, hits it high, and yet it still keeps going. That's gone very high. All the world, it looked as if long off for a moment or two would catch that running in.
Now he's clobbing it out to extra cover and 4 more. Johnson can't get across to it. Oh, he hit that hard.
Playing a fantastic innings here. 62 for 46 balls, 6 fours, 2 sixes. Taking no prisoners whatsoever. He's giving Porterfield a problem here as to where to set this field.
Come on, fellas, keep boxing there, right? Come on!
Gives himself a bit of room and clobbers it down towards long on. So that takes him to 63, Shahzad. His highest score in the tournament is an unbeaten 64. That was against Bermuda. Reverse sweep, not out, says umpire Chris Gaffney. That's the end of the over. 118 for 4. 4 to go.
Runs from that over, very useful. 6 and a 4 did all the damage. Welcome drink, I would imagine. Just give Ireland a little chance to regroup as well and work out how they're going to go about these last 4 overs, who's likely to bowl them. And some of the shots that these little fellas hit may be just a little bit short. I was commenting that the bowlers perhaps were an inch or two too short, but he played very, very effective innings. He's on strike now, and Aaron Lyle's next to me.
Oh, it's been really marvellous cricket. It's made great viewing, Jackers. I've loved every moment of it. And gosh, I love Shahzad. He's played some fabulous cricket. What an attitude.
He doesn't exactly relax when he gets up the other end either. He's barking orders to
He's in the game all the time.
everybody.
Is that a good shot? It is, but not good enough. It's found the fielder, and that's one hell of a fielder, the tallest man there, Boyd Rankin. So, wicket falls at a good time for Ireland. Shinwari's gone.
Yeah, you got to hit it. You got to hit it pretty high if you want to get it over Boyd Rankin. He's a very tall lad and as cool as a cucumber on the boundary there. And he turns to the Afghanistani supporters who have gone quiet for the first time in a while. Murray out for 11. It's 119 for 5. Score in 2020 cricket ever, and the highest score against Ireland in this tournament was 160 by Namibia when they beat them. Nobby, new batsman. Calling out there that the throw-ins must go to the end to which Shahzad is running. It's another sense. He's slower of the... He's not lightning quick anyway, and he's quite tired. He's been out there a while.
And he's cramping and he's hurt, but he's soldiering along. He's the man that they want. He's cramping. He's hurting, yet he's coming back and only just making it. He's cramping, as you can see, but he's soldiering on, and that's the wicket that Ireland would so dearly want at this stage, because he can make the difference of about 10, 15, 20 runs.
He's got to keep wicket after this as well. It'll be interesting to see what sort of nick is in there, because they don't get long between the innings to sort of re-energise himself if he bats right through. Side edge. Had a few of those just lately. 17 gone, 3 overs left, 124 for 5. 10 over gets them to 150. 54 to be precise.
I suppose that's what they'll be targeting. They want to get to about 150. They've got some big hitters, but the point is that they've got to strike it. 1 or 2 big hits required. And when I look at Shahzad, I think he should really go for everything now, because I think he's losing steam, he's losing strength. Maybe somebody else needs to take on the task of upping the scoring rate now.
Paul Sterling. Out into the deep, and it's in the hole. It'll go 1 bounce 4. And 2 fielders back there, deep mid-wicket and a long on, and it's bisected them perfectly.
Clever cricket by Shahzad. Got the crowd to its feet. They are overjoyed, the supporters. Found space and he's cleared it into that vacant area, because that's a huge hit for 6. That side of the ground would be about 85 yards. It's really big. He cleared it into the gap.
And again. This time well fielded by Sorensen at long on. And athletic bowler. Sorensen, quick over the ground.
While we've been admiring Shahzad, you've got to admire the fielding effort of Ireland. They've been spectacular. They've saved at least 10-15 runs as far as I'm concerned.
Here he is, if he goes again. Checking away. Porterfield has a word with his bowler, hasn't changed anything. Down the long on, and well caught. Didn't look like it was going to carry for a while. And once again, it's Sorensen who's the fielder.
Wonderful effort. Terrific cricket. Didn't quite get the elevation because of the length there. It was far too close to him to try and play that shot, but it went flat and hard. And Sorensen, for a moment, felt it not reaching him, but he kept very stable, kept his eyes on the ball and took it with ease in the end. What an impressive effort it's been on the field by Ireland. Catching has been good, fielding has been good. So they've got rid of dangerous Nubby for 131 for 6.
It'll be Shahzad on strike, who's now the leading run getter in the tournament with 350.
Scores well. He is the specialist death over bowler for Ireland. That's Sterling. Paul Sterling keeps hitting the block hole. Doesn't allow the length to be hit and carted over for 6. But he did go for 4 at the start.
The end of a pretty useful over. 8 runs, yes, but also the wicket. 8 and over. If you're going for 8 and over at this stage, I think that's pretty much acceptable. 132 for 6, 2 overs to go.
Certainly 8 runs and over any captain would take at this stage, because these games have a habit of going terribly wrong in these death overs. You suddenly yield an over of 17 and 19 and 20 and the game just goes away from you. At 132 for 6, it's still under control. Still keep it below 150, but if it does reach 160, then it becomes a problem. Sorensen with the ball. He's got some serious pace. And he's got great rhythm about him. He's in fine form. The match before, he bowled 4 overs, 2 for 7. He was the man of the match as well. Bowled magnificently well. Great rhythm he has about him. He's such a fabulous athlete.
Block hole, near enough. Can the little fella get back up the other end? Yes, he can, but he's going to now be cramped up again. He looks quite funny running from up here. We got almost a bird's eye view from right at the top of the stadium, and when those little legs of his,
they look smaller from this angle.
He does, doesn't he? Galloping down the wicket there. 77 runs he's got, beating his previous best, which was 64, which was also in a final. And he's a BMT man. He's a big stage. That's what he likes.
The 19th over. Shahzad is still there. He's on 77 of 56. Can he conjure up a few big hits? He's really provided some fantastic entertainment today. Mohammad Shahzad.
You see, I find that really unfair. I know the umpire's doing what he's been told to do and whatever, but I find that terribly unfair. He's walked 2 meters outside off stump here. Look here. Look where he is. He's on the line. Now where are you supposed to bowl so that he can flick you down to fine leg? Up in the air. Somebody's getting under it. And he's caught it.
Well,
so a fantastic innings comes to an end, and it has been more than entertaining. It's the captain, Porterfield, who came in from extra cover. And a tired Shahzad will make his way off the field.
Well, he's done a fabulous job. And I was about to say that if he didn't, well, that was good. I saw Johnston congratulate him for the innings. Now you see that even if he had dropped the catch, he would have run him out because he wasn't interested in reaching the other end. But here is, take a look at this. Johnston and Shehzad. Wow, now that is what makes sport such a fantastic spectacle. Shehzad gone for a brilliant 77 off 57. It's 137 for 7.
Trying to negate the boundaries here. They've done it for a couple of overs.
Taking a look at the wicket, he didn't get enough on it. He just sliced it up into the air, and it was easily taken then by Porterfield. That's a good over. Just the 6 off it. In fact, under the circumstances, I think it's a fantastic over.
Absolutely.
138 for 7. 1 to play.
Pakistan won the toss. And, had no hesitation in batting first. Porterfield, the Irish captain, would have bowled first, so the exercise of going out there was fairly pointless. We weren't to know that until they did it. And this innings has been set up by Shehzad. 77 from 57 balls. Without really giving a chance. Had a little bit of luck here and there, but no genuine chance. Johnston's going to bowl this 20th over. Normally bowls his 4 straight through. Now he's having to come and bowl one at the death. The last time these two met in the previous final, Ireland batted first and got 142, which wasn't enough in their 20 overs. So they can restrict Afghanistan here to somewhere under 150. And I think they'll feel that they've done okay from the halfway stage anyway. They haven't really, they were 70 odd after 10 overs, so they haven't really doubled that, or not doubled it, but they haven't really improved on the first 10 overs in the next 10. Unless this becomes a horrendous over for Ireland. To get a glove off is Wilson. Watch how quickly his glove comes off now once he knows he's got to chase the ball.
This is a vital over for both teams. They've done very well in the 18th and 19th. They've just given 8 and 6. Slower delivery, that is clever.
Wilson shouting at Sorensen down at long on. I'm not quite sure what about.
He says, watch me, I will be directing you to which end to throw to.
So good. 3 balls bowled, just 1 run scored. So Ireland winning this over at the moment.
He's doing it cleverly. He's varying the pace. He's not trying to fire it into the block hole. So far it's worked. Now what does he do? Superb comeback by Ireland in the last 3 overs. We know.
Come on, lad. Come on, lad. Come on, Birdie. Come on, Birdie.
18th and 19th over yielded 14, and you add 2 to that, 16 in 14 balls. In fact, in 16 balls. Superb stuff.
She's up in the air, and it's beaten long on. It's gone for 6. Just ruined the over for Ireland and saved it for Afghanistan. It takes them to 146 with 7 balls still to be bowled.
Finally, they cottoned on to the strategy of slower deliveries and slower ones, just becoming a bit predictable there in the end. But he really latched on to that one.
7 since the last over. Can he hit it for 4? Can he get them to 150? Yeah, he can hit it for 6, and he can get it to 152. So 12 off the last 2. Good hitting, 17 for Naib off just 8 deliveries. And my goodness, have we got a game of cricket here.
Really, what a fantastic way to end the innings. They were struggling, 16 off 16 from the 18th, 19th, and 4 balls bowled in the last over. And then smashed, just bludgeoned 2 over long on for 6s. What a way to end. He's really grabbed the momentum in the last couple of balls. They're very buoyed, I'm sure. They've run off the park, Afghanistan. Really spoiled the party for Ireland. So 152 for 7. That will require some doing. So we're really well set up now.
Yeah, we are set up. We set